Malik Saab for hosting this event before I start. And first of all, apologies on my behalf, because we left Birmingham about 4:30 to try and get the time. I had to leave it till 4:30 because we got the politics show region bit that I was on today, so we had to record it this afternoon. And unfortunately, as soon as it finished, thank Berkey Saab for being here on time. He was ready to pick me up, but the traffic was just so much, and most of the M5 is on. M1 is on. M5 was yesterday, so most of the M1 is just 50 miles an hour, and sometimes less than that. So it took us a long time to come. I fell asleep for most of it, but thanks to Mr. Berkey, he was driving for most of it. I think we're here today because there is a real option and a real choice for the Bradford community, and more importantly for the Bradford Labour Party, the Bradford West particularly, and East, and I think the whole of Bradford needs to look at itself. I think we need to look at Bradford in terms of where the future generations are going, where our children are going to be, and how our elderly are going to be supported. That's the huge issue that faces people in Bradford. And I think in the past, as Najib Saab's already said, and people, he's got a huge amount of experience in Bradford, in the politics of Bradford, which we think is bad in Birmingham, but compared to Bradford, we're absolutely nowhere near as complicated as things go on.
It is a compliment.
Sort of a compliment. And I think it's important that we understand where Bradford is and what Bradford needs to do to move forward. You know, in Birmingham, across England, I was the first Muslim MP in 2001. Before that, Mohammed Sarwar was the first British MP. He was in Glasgow. And we worked together and we wanted to move things for the better. And we work across the whole of the piece to try and work with all of our communities. That's important that we do that. But I think in terms of Bradford, if you look at some of the economic indicators, that will tell you where Bradford is going, where the future generations are going, and where the community is going. And it's important for us to recognise that, because if you don't recognise that, then you'll still be in the lowest education achievers, you'll still be in the highest rates of unemployment. And that is what we need to change. We need to change that. And the only way you'll do that is if you have members of parliament who understand what it means to be a part of the community. You know, the Labour Party has its policies and the Labour Party does that. But you need people locally to be able to push for that. As I do in Birmingham, as Shamnap Mahmood does, along with all of our other colleagues that we do. And it's important to have that voice. Because if you don't have that voice in London, then it doesn't trickle down to Yorkshire or Bradford. You look at Manchester. Manchester's got a very strong group of MPs who believe in Manchester. And the reason why it's such a great position is because all of them unite together and push for it. That's what you need. You need all the MPs in Bradford to start to work together and push and to move forward and surround the greater Bradford area, get them all together. But the reason why I'm asking you to vote for Naz and to vote for, first of all, for the Labour Party and Naz as your candidate, is because we need to reassert that. You've seen what happens when you vote for individuals, when you vote for people who say about issues but actually can't deliver anything for the community. And I'll cut to the chase as simple as it is, that when people get up and make great emotional speeches but can't deliver them, what good is that to the people of Bradford?